It's just, how many more times are you gonna beat this dead horse? Like, how many more scenes can you get out of this like dead horse? I don't know. But look, we are at Heather's baby shower. But first, of course, the ladies again has to recap, you know, what happened at, briefly recap what happened in Palm Springs and what didn't happen and all that good stuff. And I'm just like, what, what is going on? And so, anywho, yeah, I, I think I was over that, like, in Palm Springs or before Palm Springs, and I wasn't even there. So, anyhow, and Mary jokes with Jason that, even though Jason does offer her, rather, sorry, rephrased, Mary does state that Jason has offered her therapy, but she also feels like she needs more. And does she not? Does she not? The woman has had Jason's responsibilities, which he passed on to her, which are project managing, office managing, personal life managing, it sounds like. And not getting paid for any of these added responsibilities. They're definitely not perks. I think at minimum a year-long sesh with a therapist of her choosing is absolutely necessary. Like, necessary. Literally, the woman needs a therapist on call. All the stuff, all the mess that is her colleagues, including her boss, who is her best friend, who she used to date, it's a mess. I mean, it's always been a recipe for a disaster because you dated your boss and you still work for them and they're your best friend. Again, it's just, I'm with Chelsea on this. It's quite incestuous. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Oof. Anyway, let's not just, yeah. Um, and in better news, Chelsea has sold her listing because, that's what Chelsea, Detective Chelsea, and her glamazon ways does. She just keeps getting them bags. I mean, who's gonna pay for the Gucci outfits? Who's gonna pay for the Fendi bags? For the Dolce outfits? All of her name brand outfits, right? I actually don't know what her husband does, but anyway, we do know that Chelsea does does work a lot and apparently sells a lot of homes. And also, as did Heather in this scene, episode 10. So great news for those ladies. Ring those bells, darlings. So we seg into Heather's baby shower, and the guests are wearing white and blue for the little baby. And so love Heather's stepdaughter's speech. It really seemed like they have such a great relationship, stepmom stepdaughter relationship, and it's very sweet. And the stepdaughter is very candid about her affection for her stepmom, so that's very very nice. Love to see that. So back to the snark, because the show is built on the snark between these ladies, okay, and yeah, and the people they've dated, obviously, and not so much in the professional, because I mean, this season, these ladies have not acted anything professional except in a few scenes. You've got Emma and Chriselle doing the booby shot in one of the showings. Sorry, that was a broker's open. I thought it was. Yeah. Yeah. Totally unprofessional. I mean, hello. We're not at some bar in Cabo, okay? Just saying. And then also the argument at Chelsea's Brokers Open between Chriselle and Nicole, and all other instances where they've really not shown their professional side. even with other brokers there, or like even clients. Yeah, yeah. But I digress. And also, back to the snark. The ladies were not letting anything get in the way of the snippy comments. It's just the two blonde twins, Emma and Chriselle, coming late because, well, I don't even know why they were late. But it's like, ladies, punctuality is definitely not your strong suit. And if I were one of your clients, I would not return to be a client of yours. If I am the one standing outside a potential home that I should tour, that I may be interested in or may not even be interested in, but I'm waiting for you because you're late, no, no, that's a hard pass. I would probably just let the contract expire and not do any business with you again at all. And maybe even like your whole company, because you are the face of your company, right? When you're out there selling homes, showing homes to potential clients, you are representing your company. So what you show to these potential clients is what they're thinking about when it comes to the company that you represent. So just keep that in mind. And we now see also Mary, Amanda, and Chelsea, who were not in attendance because Chelsea's daughter's birthday was also the same day as the baby shower. However, Amanda and Mary were found to be at, I'm not sure if it's the same day or maybe it's the day after, who knows, but they were in the scene following this. It cuts to rather I should say it cuts to the scene where Mary and Amanda were talking about the changes in the face, PHASE, of the changes in their lives thus far. They are, what do you call this? They are updating each other on the storms that they are currently battling through in their respective personal lives, and I feel bad for both. You know, I know that Mary's been under a lot of stress, as she has been shown to to have had many different hats that she has to wear in her professional life. So yeah, take a toll on anybody. And then actually, I also feel bad for Amanda because you never want to hear somebody have or go through storms in their lives. Although I know that people go through storms in their lives at different times, right? They could be like laughing with you, seemingly very strong and happy, but on the inside are secretly battling storms. So yeah, positive thoughts for them both, prayers of strength, of healing, and courage to them and their families, because we all need somebody who will remember us in their prayers, even if it's not every day. And back to the baby shower. Nicole attempts to clear the air with Emma, but it goes clearly it was gonna go off the rails. But she tried. Give her credit for trying, Nicole. I don't really know if they're obligated to interact with each other, like per their contract with the show, to keep rehashing like central issues between them. But I feel like the core of their issues need to actually be redirected to the source, which is their boss, the misfit of the office, Jason. I don't really know how he casts these spell-like binds on these ladies, but dang, it's like they have blinders on and selective cognizance. Ladies, if you have the energy to argue with each other at every turn, you must have the same energy to bring to action your concerns to your boss. Like, get HR involved, for goodness sakes. I mean, Can't Jason afford to hire a third-party HR team? Hashtag asking for a friend. And episode 11 is, I titled it myself, Is the work for you or is the work for you? Mary finally opens up to Jason about her struggles with the office dynamics, her personal dynamics with the ladies, because, she she calls a few of these ladies her best friends. Honestly, Mary, you need to stop doing that. And of course, the expectations from Jason as office manager, etc. He seems to take it all in, but doesn't really have much input in the conversation. Or maybe there was input in the conversation, but the scene was cut before they could show that he actually was having or sharing his thoughts on Mary's concerns. Who knows? But again, we're just doing recaps and commentary on the scenes that we can see, obviously, on the show, what is shown on the screen. So it's great to see Chelsea let Emma get to know her on a deeper personal level by sharing that her family, though they were a whole unit, they were also divided because her mother and her two siblings moved to the United States because her mother was offered a better job here. She was an immigrant living in the UK with her family at the time and was offered a position here. And as a woman of color, she felt like this would be a great opportunity for her and her family to have a better life. So, she took that chance, and here we are. And I have mad respect for that because it's always difficult to be separated from your family, right? Like your core unit, your support system, and then have to like start over. I don't know how old her mother was when she started over here in the United States, living here, and it's always a difficult journey, especially again when your core support system is like one entire ocean away from you. Yeah. So mad props to her. And although, sometimes Chelsea felt like she understood but didn't understand. I understand her feelings about it. You know, wanting her mom there, not wanting her mom there, because those kinds of feelings will creep up on you especially when you least expect it, and that pendulum will swing, but on both sides, whichever way your emotion is dancing towards, I would say, at the time. So this puts into perspective why she goes hard, like so hard, between against Bree and Bree's choice to enter into this gray area sort of relationship with someone, her baby daddy, who must divvy up their time, obviously, between different households because they've decided to spread their seeds. Everywhere there's a willing flower that needs to be housed. Bottom line, the children are the ones to suffer because even though it was the adult's choice to enter into a relationship that is uncertain, the children born into those relationships are the ones to really face the scrutiny and the uncertainty. And admit it or not, it's hella embarrassing to have your life picked apart on TV or any public platform or forum. But your willingness to sign on the dotted line for a reality TV series for the whole world to dissect your professional and personal life is exactly what you wanted. So Bree doesn't really have room to complain about people being persistent in their commentaries about her personal life. Right? It's public knowledge. Her baby daddy has acknowledged it that such is his choice and his relationships and the women in his life, and it's like, and it's just funny because she calls him her man. I mean, again, selective cognizance. What? Sure. You know what? Do you? If it makes sense to you, handle it. But it does not mean that those who may be on the outside will give their objective opinions about your situationship. Um, let's be honest, if you didn't want this type of microscopic attention, you would have given a hard pass to the producers or whomever it was that asked you to join the show. And your silent stance on this, um, really, like the, not so much silent stance, but like this illusion of mystery that you want to convey, it's not giving off friendly vibes for the viewers to empathize with your choice. Just saying. And plus, obviously, you signed on dotted line. Period. Just saying. Complaining about your now infamous status doesn't readily warrant people to clamor to be your friend. I mean, you may be right or die or whatever, but the opinion of the people is just they're giving their opinion on what is publicly available information on your family, your your baby daddy, and you guys having a child together, and he having multiple women and multiple children with each. I'm just saying. But again, if you can keep just you can keep up with the cold ice queen persona, hey, handle it. More power to you. Anyway, we're finally off to Jason's penthouse's open houses, and it looks great. It looks great. I mean, the stager, the professional stager, when he was explaining, the aesthetic he was going for, and helping to really give oomph, right, to the penthouse, and to um, to give this imagery of whoever's gonna live there, that they would have this sort of like creature comforts and things like that, and the design. It was really good. I have to say, hats off to him. I mean, if I ever need somebody to stage my home, I would have to call him. Hopefully, I can afford him. Duh. Anyway, so that makes one wonder why Amanza, who's supposedly a home stager, was not selected to do the honors. Isn't Jason one of her best friends, and isn't she one of his best friends? I'm kind of confused. Because we this entire season we didn't really see her showing off her home staging skills or her real estate selling skills. We didn't see her doing either one of those things. So I'm just really confused. Like, oh, is she what, a filler character in the show in this season? Like the other girl, what's her name? Davina. Like both of them seem to be like filler characters. Although Davina had less camera time than Amanza, who would just show up when it's like happy hour, or like just to hang out, or when there's like a party going on, and to show off her fashions. I don't know. It's very, it's wild. It's just wild. And then also, for her to, I, I'm not completely in agreement with her comparing her situation being a single mom who was previously married to her ex-husband with Bree's situation. Amanza was previously married in an actual loving marriage until, it fell apart. Um, as with Bree, she was already well versed and well aware that she was not the very first baby mama. According to the other episodes, I'm not sure who said it. She's baby mama number 5, so she's well aware of this situationships with her baby daddy. So the comparison that Amanza is in the same boat as Bree, perhaps as single moms, but that's about the only other connecting dot between them, connecting line between them. It just doesn't connect. It to me seems like they're in 2 different countries, or maybe even 2 different continents. Hell, maybe even 2 different planets. Who knows? But again, yeah, just saying. And it almost feels like, yes, she was trying to defend Brie, but then also trying to get more camera time. Or was it just me? Again, commenting on what we see on the screen, right? So I feel like Heather also, we also need to mention, honorable mention, cute as she was, Prego, her passive aggressive digs of running to and from between Chelsea and Bree wasn't doing her any favors like the whole season. It's like she claimed to be friends with both, but as the season progresses, is now shown to be solidly Team Bree, which is great. I get it. You'll go hard for your friends, yeah, but there was a lack of professional courtesy, which again, these girls doesn't seem to actually understand or have never heard of. I mean, Heather being pretty much a senior member of the company, she would have been privy front seats. Okay, front seats to the dynamics between each of the ladies, and what subjects or topics will bring division or cohesion between each. But of course, Heather washes her hands, being a closet villain while, you know, helping clear the air. I don't know. Question mark on that one. Between Brie and Chelsea. And I hope next season she just stays firmly on the side she's chosen. Like, girl, you made your bed, now go lay in it. Hopefully it's 3,000 Egyptian thread count, okay? Or whatever the highest thread count is, that's supposed to be the softest. Okay? And then finally, we see Chriselle have a heart-to-heart talk with Mary, who, wasn't it true last season that they were best friends? Or the previous seasons or whatever? But apparently they've had a falling out, gradually, since Jason and Chriselle are no longer together and no longer dating. Mary obviously has stood firm with Jason and her history with him. I mean, she used to date the guy. He continues to be her boss. She's very active in his life, even in like some ways the romantic aspect of his life. It's yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, I don't have enough tea for it to process it. Anyway, I just feel like because she's kept the relationship going professionally and personally with Jason, but not romantically. The comfort level has reached such that he feels he may feel. I don't know if he really does feel about it this way, but he feels like because he has complete trust in her and her judgment, that's enough for her. Or it's enough to not necessarily be compensated for the extra work that she does. I could be wrong. Just saying. It's what we have seen in previous seasons and the episodes in the season. Yeah, and it's kind of like, this season is coming to a boiling point for Mary, that she's running low on empty, if she's not already on empty, and she's asking, the person who keeps giving her tasks and additional assignments to recognize that, and of course, obviously, be mindful of the work that she has to put in, and compensate her accordingly, with not just a thank you or pat on the back or a hug. I mean, honestly. So Chriselle also recognizes that she has had fault in the falling out of their relationship and admits to that, and does tell Mary that, with this new relationship she has, with them, she and her partner living apart, she's living in LA, her partner lives in Australia, she feels like maybe it's just time that she focuses on this relationship that she has, and cultivates it. And whatever happens happens, right? If it happens to be something that doesn't pan out for her, she gave it her best, basically. And although Mary still tries to impress on Chriselle that, all of the members of the team need to help out, pitch in to sell these penthouses. And it's like, at the same time, the question mark remains: if the penthouses are sold, does the agent actually just get credit as a listing agent, or do they actually get the commission for selling these properties? Asking for a friend. Just saying, just saying. So hopefully, there's a reunion to, like, kind of, um, tie up loose ends and what have you. And I don't really know what to make of, if they're having another season, a season 7, where that would pick back up, pick up from. I mean, hopefully they're not still hunkering about this Chriselle v. Nicole issue. I mean, honestly, I'm sure they're not gonna be at a loss for actual issues to talk about. I mean, not with this group. Obviously, not with this group. But let's let's be cautiously optimistic about it. How's that? Right? All right then. Well, that is that for the recaps. And again, I hope that they have a reunion so we can also give our, commentary on that one. But, darlings, have a happy Saturday, happy Sunday, and happy next week coming up. I may be on later on again for my Life Sardonic Tang series. My work life. So much to unpack. And I haven't been on there for like quite a few weeks now. So much to unpack, like I said. And remember to leave grace for people, for anybody, and to journey in gratitude. Like, don't be an idiot, but do leave grace for people. And again, remember to journey in gratitude. Ciao, darlings. Happy Saturday again. Happy day, happy morning, happy evening. And just keep being the fabulous little you. Okay.